Well, hi, my name is Darryl Davis. I'm doing something that I don't normally do, and that is I'm recording this message. It's a public service announcement, if you will, for people who are in the market right now or thinking about buying real estate, but you're not sure, you're even thinking of waiting. Now, I don't usually do this because for the past 30 some odd years, I've been coaching and training real estate professionals on how to better serve their buyers and sellers. But I felt compelled to go directly to you, the buyer of real estate, because I keep hearing from my coaching students how buyers are concerned about the market, about prices of real estate and interest rates, and they're thinking about waiting to purchase. So if you are thinking about waiting, I want you to see something. I'm going to share this chart with you that's based on this Census Bureau and HUD. It basically shows you interest rates and the prices of real estate since the 70s. So let's just take a look at this. 1970. At the time in 1970, the interest rates were 7%. Okay. And just in a short period of time, in 5 years, 1975, interest rates went to almost 9.5. Now, if you look at that, that's a pretty big percentage increase, right? And when you look at monthly payments, that would be an impact. And I want you to imagine right now that you are not in this is not 2025, that this is the 70s, and you're a buyer thinking about buying and you see those interest rates go up. Just similar, like we're in the sixes right now. Remember, we were like around threes and fours. So that kind of looks similar to what we just went through here, right? So a buyer might say, I'm going to wait till interest rates go back down. Well, if you did that, this is what would have happened. In just a short period of time, in 6 years, interest rates almost more than doubled. Now, obviously, if this was you, what would you be thinking right now? You would probably be saying, I should have bought back in 1975. So what do you do now? Well, now it's probably unaffordable for you. Now, you're either going to have to buy less house or you're going to continue to rent. So we're now at 1981, and we're going to wait for interest rates to drop. The good thing is in just 9 years, they did drop. They almost dropped back down to 1975 levels, which is good. So you might think that this is a win. Well, not really. Let me show you why. When you're buying real estate, there's two things to look at. There's the price that you pay, and there's the monthly payment. The monthly payment gets influenced by several things: homeowners insurance, taxes, and of course, the interest that you pay. So let's go back to pricing in 1970. The average sales price was $24,000. And every time I see that, I think to myself, boy, I should have bought 100 of those. Now, so let's say you're a buyer in 1970. You say, I'm thinking about buying real estate, but I'm going to wait. And all of a sudden, interest rates go to 9.49. Oh my gosh, it's not good. I can't do that. Plus, property values went up to 38,000. And if you do the math, 24 to 38,000, that is a difference of $14,000, if I'm doing my math right. That's right. I don't know what percentage 14,000 is of 24. I didn't do the calculations, but I'm assuming it's probably somewhere around 60%, at least 50% increase in property values. So that's a shame. If you had bought in 1970, your property would have appreciated by at least 50%. Okay, so here it is, 1975, 38,000, 9.5 interest rates. You say, there's no way I'm going to buy. I'm going to wait for it to come down. Not only did they not come down, in 1981, they went up to 18%. Now, you would think with interest rates doubling in just 6 years, what would happen to the property values? You'd think it would go down, right? Nope. Because real estate long-term always goes up. There was only one correction, one bubble, and that was because of bad politics and policies back in the early 2000s. We haven't had a bubble like that, and we haven't had a bubble since, and we never probably will, as long as we don't make government mistakes. But anyway, here we are, 18.6% interest rate, 1981. The value of properties back then was $67,000. That right there is just about double. So now, not only did the interest rates double, but so did the property value. Now, if you were somebody who bought in the early 70s, you would have benefited from all of that appreciation in that house. Okay, now let's go to 1990. Yes, this is great. 1990, interest rates come down to almost 1975 levels. So yes, we won. But did you? Well, if you look at what that same house, the average house would have cost you 9 years later, it went from 67,000 to 124,000. Again, it almost doubled. And now, of course, we are sitting at $419,000. So here's the point and the message that I have for you is that if you try to time real estate like it's some kind of investment, timing never works. No matter what investment, you never know when you hit the bottom. You never know what's around the corner. You never know what's going to happen in the future. All you know is what you know now. And what we know right now is interest rates are in the sixes and property values are in the 400s. And chances are, based on history that I just showed you of the last 50 years, property values are going to continue to go up regardless of what interest rates do. Let me show you. If you're concerned about pricing or interest rates, let me show you this. Let's say that you did do this silly thing and buy a house in 1981 at 18% interest rates when property values almost doubled. But 9 years later, your property again doubled and interest rates went down to 10. Here's what that person would have done who bought a house in 1981. What they would have done in 1990 is refinance from 18% to 10% based on $124,000. Not only would they pay off their mortgage, the first mortgage, they'd have equity left over that they could take out if they choose to and buy their second vacation home. When is the best time to plant an oak tree? 20 years ago, because it takes that long to see the benefits of that tree. When is the second best time to plant an oak tree? It's today. So if you're in the market thinking about buying, don't have time or interest rates or property values hold you back. The best thing you can do for yourself and your family is to get into real estate today, because yesterday is already too late. Hope this helped you. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to keep smiling.